The Nexari Empire had swept across 17 star systems in as many cycles, their dark vessels moving like shadows between worlds. No species had managed more than token resistance against their overwhelming technology. Entire civilizations surrendered after witnessing the fate of those who dared oppose them. Admiral Keth stood on the bridge of the dreadnought Dominion's edge, watching another world burn through the viewport. The blue-green planet below had housed 12 billion souls just hours ago. Now it was nothing more than glowing slag, its atmosphere stripped away by their planet crackers. "The humans have responded to our ultimatum," reported Commander Voss, his scaled hands working the communication console. "They refuse to surrender." Keth's mandibles clicked in what passed for amusement among his kind. Predictable. These mammals always believe themselves special. He turned toward the tactical display showing the human colony of New Terra. "What forces do they have?" "Minimal, Admiral. 3 patrol ships, 1 mining vessel, and—" Voss paused, checking his readings again. "1 warship of unknown classification." "Unknown?" Keth's compound eyes focused on the display. In all their conquests, they had catalogued every ship design, of every species they encountered. The humans were supposed to be primitive, barely capable of interstellar travel. The vessel registers as approximately 800 meters in length. Its energy signature is unusual, sir. Our sensors cannot penetrate its hull composition. Keth studied the lone human ship positioned between his fleet and the colony. It looked crude compared to Nexari designs, all angles and exposed superstructure, yet something about it gave him pause. The way it moved suggested purpose, not desperation. "Hail them," he ordered. The main screen flickered to life, revealing a human bridge. The captain was a weathered man with graying hair and steady eyes. He wore a simple uniform bearing no ornate decorations, unlike the elaborate armor Keith preferred. "I am Admiral Keith of the Nexari Empire. You will stand down immediately or face annihilation." The human captain leaned forward slightly. "Captain Tom Blake of the UES Defiant, I'm afraid I can't do that, Admiral. These people are under human protection. You face a fleet of 50 warships with superior technology. Surrender now and your deaths will be swift." Blake's expression didn't change. "We've heard what you do to worlds that surrender. I think we'll take our chances." Keth severed the connection with a gesture. "Destroy them." The Nexari fleet moved forward in perfect formation, their plasma cannons charging. The human ship turned to meet them, impossibly small against the approaching armada. Then something unprecedented happened. The Defiant opened fire first, its weapon systems unleashing energies that registered off every scale. Where Nexari ships met the humans' attack, they simply ceased to exist, not destroyed, not disabled, gone as if they had never been. "Report!" Keth roared as his fleet scattered. "Unknown energy type, Admiral. Our shields provide no protection. We've lost 12 ships in the first exchange." The human vessel accelerated impossibly fast, its engines producing thrust levels that should have liquefied any organic crew. It dove through the Nexari formation like a predator among prey, its weapons speaking with terrifying precision. "How are they surviving those acceleration forces?" Voss demanded, his voice tight with fear. Keth watched in growing horror as ship after ship vanished under the humans' assault. The Defiant moved like something alive, anticipating their tactics, exploiting weaknesses in their formation that they didn't know existed. "Sir, incoming transmission from the human vessel." "Put it through." Captain Blake appeared again, his bridge now bathed in red emergency lighting. "Admiral, you still have 37 ships. I suggest you use them to leave this system." "Impossible." "What manner of technology do you possess?" For the first time, Blake smiled. It was not a pleasant expression. "We've been at war with ourselves for thousands of years, Admiral. We've had plenty of practice." The battle continued for another hour. The Nexari threw everything they had at the lone human ship: quantum torpedoes, gravitational disruptors, reality-warping weapons that had cracked moons in half. The Defiant absorbed it all, its strange armor seeming to adapt to each new attack. By the end, only Keth's flagship remained. The human vessel approached slowly, its scarred hull testament to the punishment it had endured. Despite everything, the ship was still functional, still deadly. "Admiral," Blake's voice came through the comm system. "You're going to return to your empire. You're going to tell them what happened here. And you're going to warn them that humanity is no longer hiding." Keth's hands trembled as he opened the channel. "What are you?" "We're the species that turned warfare into an art form before we learned to fly. We're the ones who split atoms for weapons before we reached our own moon. We've spent millennia finding new ways to destroy each other, and now we've learned to work together." Blake leaned back in his chair. "We've been watching your empire, Admiral, preparing. This was just a demonstration." The Defiant pulled away, taking position near the colony once more. Keth gave the order to retreat, his mighty dreadnought limping away from the system that had cost him nearly everything. Behind him, New Terra remained free, protected by guardians, who had turned the art of war into something approaching divine fury. The Nexari Empire would think twice before facing humanity again.